I'm catching up on my Patreon. I haven't really been posting on there, so I'm catching up on that. I've also found a shop on there. What I'm doing currently is I'm uploading some of the photographs I've been taking and I'm putting them up for sale individually and in a collection. If that's something you're interested in, go and check out my Patreon. The link's in the description below. Go onto Patreon and it's Darren's Frame and Focus. I've only just started, so there's not many on there. At some point, the pictures I've been taking of the buses will be going on there. So if that's something you're interested in, they're digital photographs. So you buy it and I believe you download it and then you can do what you want with it. Interesting. I didn't know that was there. I've been, with everything that's been going on, I've been racking my brains on how I can monetize my photographs, my YouTube and so on. I didn't know that I could sell photographs on Patreon. So that's what I'm currently doing. On that note, Universal Credit. They're evil buggers. They've screwed me over massively. £499 to last me a month because of when my last pay was at Brighton and Hove buses. And then they've imposed sanctions on me for 90 days. So they're going to be taking just over £400 a month off me. Considering they're only going to give me just over £1,000 anyway, it works out to I'll now get £650 a month. Thank you very much, Universal Credit. Obviously, I've appealed that. I am still looking for jobs. I've applied for quite a few jobs and I'm just waiting to hear from them. So, while I was getting ready to edit this video, there it is there, I had an email from Compass. They've invited me for an interview on the 22nd. So, fingers crossed for that. That could solve an awful lot of problems. And from what I gather, from what I'm told, Compass for the working environment is the nicest to work for. So I've not experienced them yet. So hopefully, well, like I say, fingers crossed. This is a time where your support is all important. So if you wish to join me on Patreon, please do. There will be exclusive content on there that won't be coming onto YouTube, and I'm selling my images on there. And at some point, I tried doing it a little while ago, but there's a merch store on there and I couldn't figure out quite how to do it. So I'm going to look into that a bit more. If I can get that worked out, that'll be on there as well. I quite like it as a platform, actually. I haven't got any members yet either. So come on, guys, come and give me support over on Patreon. So yeah, if you wish to support the channel, there are many ways in which you can do so. Patreon, buy me a coffee in the description. There are also affiliate links in the description below. And on affiliate links, actually, leave in the comments below something that possibly I might have used in my videos or through my work, my photography, whatever it is. If there's something you've seen me use that you're interested in, let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can find that particular item and give you a rundown on it. On the Universal Credit front, you see in the news how people are getting fed up with migrants, and you hear about the rise of racism and discrimination towards migrants and refugees and stuff like that. I'm not getting into any of that, but my recent experiences with Universal Credit and how I've been treated, bearing in mind that I've paid into the system for the last 30 years and I'm being treated the way I'm being treated, it's disgusting, really. The other part of it is the government, and I don't understand this either, but the government have set a national minimum living wage. Not minimum wage, but a living wage, a minimum living wage of £12.21 an hour. It baffles me how the government can set a minimum living wage, which is what they say is the absolute minimum that a person needs to live on, yet you sign on to universal credit. Bearing in mind, right, initially I signed on it as unemployed because I just left my job, but I've now changed that and I've registered as self-employed, right? So technically I'm not unemployed. I'm self-employed, which you can claim universal credit to top up your earnings. They give you, when you register as self-employed, they give you a 12-month period, start-up period, to start making money. The way my YouTube channel's growing, I should be okay with that. However, £1,045 a month, they've said I'm entitled to. So what I've had to do is get rid of every non-essential bill, and it is hindering me because I've had to cancel some subscriptions that I was actually using to make YouTube content. But it has hindered me a little bit, but there's not a big deal. I can work around those. But even after cancelling all of that, it still works out that I'm around about £150, £200 short a month just on essential bills, right? That's rent, gas and electric, internet, phone, just the basics, and food, obviously. For them to then turn around and say, because of the way you left your job, bearing in mind I resigned my job because in my mind, and I could be wrong here, leave it in the comments below, in my mind, it's better to resign a job because that helps you with getting a future job because you haven't been sacked. But because I left my job and before I was sacked, Universal Credit are giving me high sanctions of £13 whatever it is a day for 90 days, reducing that £1,045 to around about £650 for a month. It's shocking. It's shocking. You would have thought, right, what they actually want, universal credit, if I'd stayed and got sacked, I'd get the full amount, which still isn't enough, but I'd get the full amount. So if you want to claim universal credit, you've got to get sacked. You can't preempt it and give yourself the best possible chance of getting another job. You can't do that. Oh no, you'll get penalised for that. It's shocking. Obviously, I've paid into the system for 30 years. I did claim universal credit during COVID when I was taxi driving. But apart from that, I've had very little back out of them. And yeah, that's what I was saying. For them to be doing what they're doing to me is just inhumane. And I've said this to them because I've appealed their decision, And I've basically said, what you're doing is you're making me homeless, and it's inhumane. What you're doing to an autistic man is inhumane, and you're forcing me into homelessness, because that will not even pay my rent. Well, it will just about pay my rent, but it won't pay for anything else. That's literally all it would pay. Then, like, you get treated like that, and then you turn the telly on and you hear all these stories, and I honestly don't know if they're true or whether they're exaggerated or not. I don't know. And again, I'm not going to get into it. But when you hear these stories of migrants coming over, and they're being put up in 5-star hotels, free meals a day, given clothing, mobile phones, money to go out shopping, and all the rest of it, you just sort of sit back and you're like, what the hell is going on here? Like, I've been paying into the system for 30 years, and they've done nothing. They've literally just turned up, and you're bending over backwards, and something just isn't right there. Like, if that's true, obviously it might not be true. It could just be the way the news spins it or whatever. I don't take too much notice of social media posts because they're notoriously unreliable. But you can't help but think to yourself, what is going on? What is going on? So, yeah, I'm actually really disgusted with universal credit and the system. I wasn't going to do a video on this because obviously it's quite personal. But I'm so disgusted by it that I feel that it's got to be made public. Yeah, the way the system is treating me, I'm astounded. I'm really astounded. And you hear stories on people that live off benefits. How? How on earth do you live off benefits? It's craziness. Am I missing out on something? Am I not claiming something I should be claiming? All these stories about, oh, you'd be better off on benefits, they pay your rent, they pay this, they pay... Yeah, I don't think that's true, because they're shafting me massively. Massively shafting me. So yeah, I am doing everything I can to try and rectify this. I'm applying for jobs, even jobs that I wouldn't normally apply for. I'm applying for jobs. I'm going full on with YouTube. I'm looking at all sorts of avenues just to make money, really. Obviously, YouTube and selling my photographs are an area that I want to go into anyway. So I'm sort of using this opportunity to look at it on the bright side. Every cloud has a silver lining and all of that. I'm using it to set up and concentrate on what I actually want to do and what I will be doing, if they don't continue shafting me, that is. On the autism front, it has been frying my brain. Like, the stress of it has been majorly impactful, and I think this is why I've said to them they're being inhumane to an autistic person. They've been massively unhelpful. When you explain the situation to them, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't get an advance payment. It's like, so what exactly am I meant to do? Oh, we don't know. Not our problem. Anyway, that's the rant over. I will survive. Something will turn up. I'm a big, strong believer in fate. And quite often, life just has a habit of kicking you down. I've always said life is a roller coaster. You have ups and downs. The one thing that keeps me going is when I'm down is I know there's an upturn coming. So it needs to come a bit quick though. Anyway, that all being said, thank you very much for watching. A bit of a different one, I know. Please do hit the like and subscribe button. Check out the links in the description and head over and check out my Patreon if you wish to support me and the channel. And yeah, that all being said, I'll see you again next time.